Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Jacob, and in today's video, we're going to be covering everything you need to know about bumper mounted light bars on your 4th gen Ford Ranger. All right, so in this video, we're going to be covering a lot of different things. We're going to be talking first off, how to install our bumper bracket for the 20-inch FlexAir light bar, also the ACC Relocation kit, or the adaptive cruise control relocation kit. So if you want to have this exact bracket on your vehicle and you have the adaptive cruise control, you are going to need the relocation bracket. So we're going to start with showing you how to actually get that relocation bracket started or routed. At the same time, we're going to be wiring this thing, and then at the very end we'll move to actually installing this thing and then talk a little bit about how this actually fits within the 360 scope of your lighting for your 4th gen Ford Ranger. All right, let's go and dive right in. So before we actually get into installing that relocation kit, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the things you're going to actually need. There are some specialty things you do need on this. So what I'm going to do for this, kind of walking through the tools you need, is I'm going to be a little broad and cover some general areas you need to make sure you have the right tools. However, there are some specialty things I do want to touch on specifically. So with one of the specific tools, you're going to actually need an angle finder. I prefer a digital one, but an analog will do just fine, but you are going to need an angle finder. What's going to make the job a lot easier is a right angle drill attachment. You are going to have to drill some holes. It's a pretty limited in space, so either a really small drill or a right hand drill attachment is going to go really, really far for this. On top of that, you're obviously going to need some drill bits, a drill, you're going to need a metric socket set, along with some metric Allens and some metric wrenches. Those are all going to be used on this, as well as one of the specialty things is going to be Torx bits. So this is a Ford, so there are a couple Torx bits on here you do have to remove. So make sure you get all of those guys down. And then on top of that, you will also need a plastic trim removal tool. If you're not sure what they look like this. They're kind of goofy looking, but this is exactly what you're going to need. You can get by with a flathead screwdriver. However, having the proper tool is going to make things a little bit easier. Okay, so that's everything you need to start getting things removed and added. The other thing to keep in mind is we are installing a light bar. So with that being said, you have to have the wiring in the back of your head the entire time and think about the tools you may need. We recommend your standard strippers and crimpers, as well as some basic wiring connections, whether it's ring terminals or butt joints, in case you need to lengthen or shorten any of the wires you're going to be installing. We're going to be installing this onto a dedicated switch system, like a Switch Pros. So our installation is going to be a little bit different than yours probably. However, we're going to walk through kind of what you would need to do if you're doing all different scenarios. All right, so the first step in this process is we actually need to remove this plastic cover over the top. It's held on by mostly those the plastic push pins. So using that plastic trim removal tool, we're going to go around and start removing these. There's also a set of Torx bits right here, a little pair of them, so we're going to go ahead and remove those as well, but I'm going to start with these plastic ones. Again, having the proper tool will make things a lot easier than just using a flathead screwdriver. So the next step in the process is going to be removing the actual grill. So once you remove that plastic cover, you're going to see two 10mm bolts that are holding the grill on. So we're going to go ahead and zip zap those right off. All right, so once you get those top bolts removed, there's going to be 5 total clips just kind of holding this in. So giving this a nice little tug, you're going to go ahead and start removing the grill. All right, so once the grill is removed, the next step is going to be taking off this plastic piece covering or in front of the ACC mount. So what we're going to go ahead and do is it's just a couple push pins. So we're just going to remove these push pins. Oh, these ones are a little bit more caked in there, obviously from all the mud. But we're going to remove these and then remove that plastic shroud, which will then give us access to the actual ACC here. Okay, so we went ahead and took off that plastic piece along with, there's a few 10mm bolts underneath it. So once you get all that removed, you kind of get a little bit more access to the actual ACC. Then on the ACC itself, it actually has a little face cover. It has 2 more of those plastic push pins on each side. Go ahead and remove those 2, and then you can just kind of peel this back and remove this from the face so you have the bare sensor sitting here in front of you. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is use our angle finder, turn it on, and we're gonna set our 0. So by setting it on the ground, the flattest surface you have that's nearby, that's gonna be nearby the vehicle, go ahead and hit 0, make sure you're calibrated, and now you're gonna go ahead and place it directly up to the ACC itself once it has a flat plane on it. And what I'd recommend doing is taking your phone out and snapping a photo of the angle. So we're showing 1.2 degrees. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is measure it again and see, make sure we get the same thing. Okay, we're getting 1.2, so we should be good to go. So now we're gonna go ahead and move to the next step, which is actually removing that sensor itself. So let's go ahead and do that. There's just a couple bolts holding it in, and then we'll get it out. All right, so to actually get this guy out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and unplug the sensor from the back. And then these are little push pin things. So what I was able to do is get my plastic trim tool, stick it behind each mount and just pry it out. Eventually they popped right on out. So once this is free, go ahead and put this to the side. All right, so once you go ahead and get that ACC off, the next step is to lengthen this harness a little bit. How we're gonna do that is we're actually gonna remove that first little clip there, unravel the tape. That's actually gonna give us a ton more leeway for this harness to run safely. So we went ahead and did that. I went ahead and loosened this actual main bracket here. There's a 10 mil bolt that holds the whole thing together. So I went ahead and removed that first, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start removing everything else. All right, so one of the things that I forgot to mention that I was kind of figuring out as I was going is this is the standard bracket that comes with it. You actually want to remove it. So it's held together by 3 10mm bolts, one on the bottom that you can actually reach on the underside of this bumper, and then 2 on the front right here that you can actually reach right through the top where that grill was. Once you remove that, you're gonna have to remove this piece from the actual plate. They have the same push pin technology that is holding the sensor. So if you just get a pry and go underneath it and pop them up, that plastic will actually pop directly out. So now once we have all that kind of organized, we're gonna go ahead and get this bracket mounted. This is gonna be our bracket that replaces this bracket, so we can go ahead and mount it on the left side of this grill here. All right, so the next step of the process is gonna be actually mounting the KC bracket. So what we need to do is we're actually gonna mount it to the driver's side. We're gonna hover this over, so it's gonna sit right in between. I'll show you a little bit closer here in a sec. We're gonna make some marks so it's nice and straight. Once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and drill some holes and get this bracket mounted. So let's go ahead and show you exactly how I'm gonna do this. All right, so we went ahead and drilled the holes. So the next step is gonna be actually assembling this bracket. Something to keep in mind when you're doing this, be very mindful of your drill bit. If it falls out and it falls, it will disappear. It goes, there's a portal to some other world or something down there. And so when it goes down there, it's just gone. There's actually a secondary little plate there, so you have to drop the skid and then pull the second. It's a whole thing. So try not to drop your drill bit. Try to keep a little finger on it or something to make sure it doesn't back itself out. But we have the holes drilled. The next step is going to be start actually mounting this bracket. So with your longer Allen bits, we're going to go ahead and, now that we have this, throw in the bolt, the washer, throw these into the holes we created, and using the rest of the hardware, we're going to go ahead and button these up. All right, so now that we have the bracket in place, the next step is to actually mount the ACC to our bracket. So what we went ahead and did is we went ahead and tightened everything up down to those bumper support brackets. So next step is going to be actually mounting this piece directly to our bracket. So there's only one way it fits. You want the thing as high as possible, the ACC. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure it's tilted up, align these two holes, grab your smaller Allen hardware, pop those in, and go ahead and start that. We're gonna get these nice and snug, and then we're gonna take out our angle finder and match the same angle we had when we first measured it to the angle now. Okay, so I'm gonna get these tightened and then we'll pull out the angle finder. All right, so we had the bracket in place. We have everything nice and snug. What we did to find the angle was we went ahead and got it tight enough to where it wasn't flopping around, but loose enough to where we could still move it with some force. And we got it right in that same degree, so everything worked perfectly there. The next step is gonna be actually buttoning everything up. So if you're installing the lower, the bumper mount, now we can start actually looking at that and start getting that ready before we actually assemble everything together. Since the whole front end is torn apart, right now is the best time to get the wiring started. So we're gonna go ahead and get that started. So what I'm gonna do is, he has this awesome switch system already kind of in here, and he did a great job routing everything. So I'm gonna kind of steal some of his routing, and what I'm gonna do is I am gonna end up just cutting these off. There's a 30 amp switch circuit on here, which will be fine for a 20-inch light bar. So we're gonna actually cut this right before the relay. And what that's gonna allow us to do is connect it directly to his switch system, so we can bypass the relay and the rest of all of this wire to keep it nice and clean. So I found right by the radiator, there's actually a little hole that goes into the front. If you kind of squeeze the wires through there, you actually pop out right here by the headlights. You can route it, pull it all the way through, get it squished underneath this little rubber piece, this nice sealant for dust, and get it pushed right down to where the light bar is gonna go. Doing this beforehand is gonna make the whole light wiring stuff way easier down the road. So now that we have that in there, the next step is gonna start actually assembling everything back together and getting ready to mount the FlexAir light bar. Okay. So the next step of this process is gonna be actually assembling things back together. So this light bar is actually gonna be mounted right here. So we need this piece kind of back together so we can get that light bar bracket mounted. So since this was mostly just push pins, we're gonna get this sucker lined up nicely and start that process. And then we'll get those bottom bolts in there and get everything back together. Of course, it's gonna take a little bit of force to get everything back where it needs to go. The only thing we want to not do just yet is we do not want to put any of the push pins back in, because that's where we start getting into the actual light bar installation. All right, so once you get this piece of plastic back in here, the next thing is these push pins are still out. Luckily, you want the outer two on each side still out. What we're gonna do with these brackets is this little lip thing is gonna go inside just so it is squished further back and it's more tucked in. We're gonna go ahead and line those up with the two on the outer side. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is, using the supplied hardware, we're actually gonna replace those push pins with a nut and bolt. We're gonna go ahead and put the plastic push pin back in to keep that plastic back in there in the middle, but we're gonna go ahead and get this guy all nice and snug. All right, so the next step of the process is we're gonna go ahead and get this light bar prepped. So first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna remove all of these screws back here and get them ready to accept the wiring harness that we went ahead and snaked through from the beginning. So I'm gonna start with one side, remove all the screws, and then I'm actually gonna boogie over to the other side and do the same exact thing. However, on the side that we're not gonna be mounting the wires to, we're just gonna work on getting the rubber gaskets over them so they're a little bit better protected. It's always recommended to do this by hand. However, if you're steady enough with a drill or an impact or whatever you need, I think that's just mighty fine. All right, so something that I always forget is I always forget the order that those actually mount to the light bar. Luckily, the inside of our box is a ginormous assembly guide of how to actually assemble this light bar. So if you ever have any questions on how to actually assemble this thing, if you open your box, it'll show you exactly how with life-size models. So yeah, that's super helpful. But on this little panel right here, it actually tells us. So the top one is the red, the middle one's the white, and the bottom is the black. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and head to our light bar, make sure we have it in the correct order. We're gonna grab our rubber gaskets, and we're gonna go ahead and throw black onto the bottom, white in the middle, and red at the top. Just like that. Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this placed and these screws started. All right, so now that this is all on here, the next step of this process is gonna be actually mounting this light bar to the brackets themselves. So since these all work off carriage bolts, the actual easiest way to do it is gonna be to disassemble these nuts, get these started on here. It's gonna be tight, especially since we mounted it flipped the other way, so it's gonna be a little bit more flush. So we are gonna go ahead and get it nice and snug in there and get this nut started. And we're gonna do the same thing on both sides. We can actually get it pretty decent on there because once we put this carriage bolt on there, we shouldn't have much more to actually go to get it nice and tight. We're gonna go ahead and start with this side, getting this inside here and just start tightening it. Perfect. Head on over to this side. Do the same thing. Okay, make sure you put the plastic back in there too. Okay, so light bar is mounted. It's nice and snug in there. I think it looks amazing personally. So the next step is gonna be reassembly. We have the wire already sticking to where it needs to go. So the next step is gonna be, let's start piecing this grill back together. If you remove this plastic piece, go ahead and start with sliding it back in. Let's get this back into place here. Make sure you do it the right side up. Sweet. All right, so the next step is let's go ahead and put this grill back in, aligning all of those clips back in, and you should hear a couple pops. And align your holes, and we're gonna go ahead and get those two 10mm bolts back in the top, and the grill's back on. All right, so the next step is we're gonna go ahead and take this piece, put this back over the top. Gotta wiggle this into place where it needs to be. Okay, nice. We're gonna grab this intake manifold little thing here, and we're gonna get this back into position there. Okay, I'm actually gonna start with driving those Torx bits or those Torx back in there. So let's get those all nice and cozy in there. All right, so now is just the process of putting all these pins, these little plastic popper pins, back in here. So that's gonna be the last step for reassembly. And the next step is gonna be all about wiring. So we'll dive right into that here now. All right, so diving right into the wiring, what we're doing here is we're gonna be basically cutting this right before the relay. If you were gonna keep the OEM harness or you were gonna plug this into a switch system that didn't have a big enough fuse, then you're gonna wanna make sure you keep the relay and wire it as it says in the instructions. Ground to ground, this yellow wire to your battery, and this trigger system to either your switch system or our included switch system. But since we are wiring this directly to a switch, we're gonna go ahead and cut this right below the relay. And that's everything you need to know about the Ford Ranger front bumper light bar mount. If you guys have any additional questions, whether it's things I missed on the install or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Or if you have any other additional questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.